Hello, social media. Welcome to Lakita T. Sharp's famous, exclusive, inspirational channel. Welcome to one of the greatest shows in the universe. So I welcome you. Hey, you guys. Hello to all of you. So happy that you have decided to join me on today. So I welcome you. Mwah. Check out one of my books, my memoirs, Unstoppable. Yes, you can purchase this book over at Amazon.com. There are over 100 books for you to choose from. If you want to support the ministry and donate to the channel, feel free to do so. And yeah, so I hope you guys are doing well on today. It is 6:44 p.m. and it is Friday, and it is May 29th, 2026. So yes. How are you guys doing today? I hope you are pushing forward and moving forward in life, and I hope you are getting the desires of your heart. Well, we're going to talk about that. The title of this video is Desiring God's Will for Your Life. Desiring God's will for your life. You see, God wants you to want His will for your life over anything. You know, for a long time, I have been living in God's will for my life. I have been doing the will of God. I have been moving according to God's will for my life. So you have to want God's will for your life. Maybe that job is out of God's will for your life. Maybe, you have been operating not out of God's will for your life. A lot of you, maybe you have had children, maybe you have been, out of God's will, but being that, not really living in the way that God wants you to live. Maybe He had even better plans for you, but you chose to go that way instead of straight and narrow. For I know my plans for you, plans to prosper you and not to harm you. So God's plans are to prosper you, to push you forward into a joyful, a happier, a peaceful life. Some of you are out of God's will, and you have to want God's will for your life, because therefore you will prosper. He will bless you with the finances. When you're in His will, He will bless you with His finances. When you're in His will, He will bless you in, with certain things. Okay? Is that relationship that you're in God's will? The relationship that you're in, you have to ask myself, is this God's will for my life? Is this God's will for my life? You have to ask yourself. Maybe you are dating somebody, maybe you are married to somebody, and maybe this marriage may not be in God's will for you. Maybe it's not the right person for you, the right partner for you. Are you in God's will? And if not, are you willing to do what you need to do to get on the straight and to get on the narrow? Are you willing to do so? When you are in God's will, things will be provided for you. Everything will be provided for you. when you are in God's will. So yes, wanting God's will for your life. You may want something, but it's not in God's will for your life. A lot of you are praying, but you're not praying for God's will be done. Jesus said, pray that our Father, which art in heaven, thy will be done as it is in heaven. Let it be done on earth. Okay? Thou kingdom come, thou shall be done. So basically, as God's will is being done on earth for you, you might be in love with the man, the woman. You may be in love with the job, with this, with that, with this. But it's not in God's perfect will. Some people are afraid to say, thou will be done, because you don't know what's going to happen. I prayed, when I was married, I prayed, thou will be done. And the next thing I know, I was separated, then divorced, and then on my own and living life. Did I want to get a divorce? Maybe not. But God's will, perfect will, be done. I was ready to whatever God's will. If the marriage wasn't in his will, or he had another plan for me, then I was willing to do what I need to do, to live God's will for my life. Okay? So you gotta want God's will more than you want your own will. You gotta want your will more than you want your own will. Before I do something, before I make a move, I say, God, is this in your will for me to do? If so, don't let it don't let it work out. If not, if so, let it work out. If not, don't let it work out. Interrupt it, please. I had to do that today. I was making a decision, and deciding to go a certain way. And I said, God, is this your will? Is this your perfect will be done for me in what I'm about to do and the decisions I'm about to make? So you got to ask yourself when you're about to make a move, is this God's will for my life? God, is this marriage, is this relationship, is this job, is by finance? Can you imagine God's will be done for your life when you are asking for his will be done? You don't never know where he's going to take you. He may ask you to leave some things. He may ask you to do some certain things, but are you willing to pivot? Are you really willing to move so that you can live out God's perfect will for your life? And wanting it more than anything. So you have to ask yourself. Let's give a shout out to, I'm so grateful to be in my apartment and to be in my creative zone and creative spot. So I give honor to God. I am so grateful that I have a roof over my head. I call it my luxury apartment. Honey, I'm not on the streets. It's my luxury apartment. So anyway, I'm just grateful. So shout out to the Most High. Or whatever. So you guys, yes, want God's will more than you want your own will for your life. So desiring God's will over your will. I think that's a good title for that. Desiring God's will over your will. You will find out that when you're following God's will, you will be more successful. You will be more successful because it's in his will. So see, when you're living your life, okay, and following God's will, you have his support. You have his guidance. You know, when you're in his will, you have everything that you need that's being provided for you. See, Jesus told his followers, don't carry any money with you. Go on the journey with no money. Live by faith. Not many people are willing to do that. They are afraid to live by faith. They are afraid to quit their job knowing they have bills, and they're afraid living by faith. See, I lived it. I walked it. Been there, done that. And I am still standing. Still got a roof over my head. Still got a car to drive. Food to eat. Shelter. And being well taken care of. In fact, I am spoiled. I am spoiled by God. I really am. Oh my God. You know, I am spoiled by the Most High. I am, you know, like, wow. I'm like, you know, just enjoying my time with the Lord. But anyway, so you have to want your God's will more than you want your own will. Some people say, well, it's not in my plans to do. Well, okay, those are your plans. But what about God's plans? See, there have been times I had plan A, plan B, plan C. And guess what? None of my plans worked out, but plan D worked out. Occasionally, God will allow my plans to work. He says, you know, commit your plans to the Lord because he will see it through, okay, when you do that. So, sometimes your plan may not work, you know. God's plan work, okay? And you got to do what you got to do, right? But, yeah, so want God's plan more than you want your own plan, because then you will find out that you will have success in every area of your life. You will have success in it, okay? So you may be wondering why things are not working out. Why am I struggling so hard? Why is God not, you know, responding? Well, maybe God is saying to you through this video, are you living my will? Are you using your gifts and talents? Are you doing according to the will that I have for you? Maybe if you step in alignment, you will, you know, everything will go better for you. Everything will go smoothly for you. So, yes. So, I say want God's will more than you want your own will. Well, you guys, thank you so much for watching. I am so happy that you guys have joined me on today. Remember to head on over to Amazon.com. Check out all of my books over there. There are over 100 books for you to choose from. Check out my book, Unstoppable. Check that out. We are the chosen ones. We do right. We live right. We make a lot of mistakes, but we are the chosen. We are the chosen ones. See ya.